if you think about it, it wasn't even that long ago when Abner Mares 27-1-1 with 14 KOs was being built up to us to be this monster. So now you look at him after taking his first defeat, a devastating defeat. We have to think, well, how did this all happen? I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live, December the 13th, 2014. Abner Mares is going to be taking on a fighter by the name of Jose Ramirez. We're going to talk about Ramirez, but let's talk about Mares as a fighter. Watching him with his fights with Vic Darchinyan, Jhonny Perez, that was the fight he had to draw in. The 2 fights with Abeco, people may feel that one fight he should have lost, and then that fight had crazy low blows. You know, you look at Anselmo Moreno, and then you look, well, he met Jhonny Gonzalez. Going back to the fight before that, if not the fight before, 2 fights before when he fought Anselmo Moreno. How many times how many times did he think he was going to keep escaping just with his chin? How many times were we going to see Abner Mares, come on, taking these clean shots, and the defense is just not there? Almost like Omar Figueroa, except Figueroa is much more reckless and not as good of a boxer as Abner Mares. And yes, I know they're in total different divisions. I'm just saying how he just swings just so recklessly. Abner Mares in his last fight fought a fighter by the name of Jonathan Oquendo on the undercard of Canelo versus Lara. I covered that fight. So watching him during that fight, it was supposed to be an impressive comeback for him. He didn't leave us impressed to the point where that's why he's fighting Jose Ramirez. I'm going to get to Ramirez. But if you think about if he's still the same fighter that he was before he fought Jhonny Gonzalez, does he still have that same confidence? You ask yourself, why didn't he fight Jhonny Gonzalez in a rematch? Remember, the rematch was set for February. But then think about it. All of a sudden, he signs with Al Heyman. So the fact that he's had these 2 fights this year, he lost to Gonzalez 15 months ago. That was in August of 2013. The fact that he had to fight with Oquendo, so he was off from August of last year, 2013, when he lost, to July of this year when he fought Oquendo. And now he's fighting this fight in December against Ramirez. Next year, we should see a big fight from him. Because let's look at the 126-pound division. Now, 122, you got Rigondeaux, but we're going to talk about 126 because in Mares' last fight, he came into the ring. In Mares' last fight, he weighed in over 126. If I'm correct, 127 or 128, I don't remember. But he didn't miss weight. It was a catch weight. So I'm thinking 126 is where he's going to stay. You got Jhonny Gonzalez, you got Nicholas Walters, you got Donaire, who is supposed to be going back down to 122, but he can fight at 126 or a catch weight. You got, of course, Vasyl Lomachenko. You got Gradievich. You got Selby. You've got some Vieca. You got some names there, but you have to think, well, when Vasyl Lomachenko, Nicholas Walters, and Donaire, and Gradievich, that's HBO top rank guys mostly. And I know Gradievich, yes, I know, but what I'm saying is HBO guys. You got a Billy Dib down there. It's a 50 Cent fighter, but him and Al Heyman, hey, If I didn't say, or if I didn't introduce myself, I am T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live, and I cover every single major fight live. That's what I do. So I just sit there, beautiful life, watch some boxing. Now I'm going to the fights, so whenever I feel like going to a fight, I'll go to one. But in the meantime, I just watch boxing all day. So, for example, this is what I've been watching this morning. This trout, that's Canelo trout. But that's what I do. And I talk about boxing. So Abner Mares is in a situation where it's not up to him now who he fights. If you sign that exclusive advisory agreement with Al Heyman puts you on the path. And this path right now is the Al Heyman path. You know why? Because he fought that one guy, Oquendo, and he's fighting Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez is Vasyl High-Tech Lomachenko's 3-1-1. No, he's 3-1 with 1 KO. He's Vasyl Lomachenko's first fight. That was on the undercard of Bradley versus Marquez, or Marquez versus Bradley. So listen to what I'm saying. He got knocked out by Vasyl Lomachenko. Now, of course, Vasyl Lomachenko was good. But meaning that was Vasyl Lomachenko's first fight. Even in the commentary during that fight, you hear Roy Jones saying something about Ramirez. when Ramirez went down to the ground the first time. I don't think the first time was a knockdown. I don't remember. But Roy Jones was talking about in the commentary for the Lomachenko versus Ramirez fight is that Ramirez just seems too comfortable going to the ground. And then sure enough, he lost that fight via body shot. So what to expect with this fight? Against Ramirez and Mares, expect a very exciting fight because Ramirez is tailor-made for Abner Mares. So expect Abner Mares to look good in there, especially ending Showtime, ending the Showtime year or the major fight Showtime. Yes, I know Stevenson fights later on. But Mares, this fight is for Mares to look good. So I say it like this, and I rarely say this. If Abner Mares does not knock this guy out, then, he's damaged. I don't want to say he's damaged just yet because he just only had one fight back. But, he didn't go right for Jhonny Gonzalez. They were when he was just a Golden Boy fighter. But then once he signed with Al Heyman, no, we're not getting Freddie. We're not getting him right now. And I can understand that from a promotional standpoint. 2 fights, against guys like Oquendo and Ramirez. And I'm saying their names for a reason because you need to remember he just basically fought guys that nobody knows. So 2 guys like that, and then next fight should be a big fight. 126-pound division is stacked. Then if you want to catch weight 122, hey, catch weight 130, but 130 is too big for him, I think. I am T Street Controversy. This is T Street Orlando Salido. I would love to see him in Orlando Salido. I am T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. www.realcombatmedia.com. Please subscribe.